Here are 6 movements that you're doing currently in the gym that are holding you back from growing as much muscle as humanly possible. There's a lot of movements in the gym that you could be doing that are super optimal or suboptimal. So here are 6 movements that you could be doing better in the gym if you're trying to get as big as humanly possible. Let's jump right into it. I've been doing this for about 10 years now, and every single person who is an old gym head would still call me new. But with the experience that I have, I'm going to call out every single isometric exercise known to man, such as the wall sit or the plank. If you're trying to build muscle as optimally and as efficiently as possible, there's really no reason for you to be holding a certain exercise in one position and not taking advantage of a range of motion. It's like putting a different gasoline in the car and expecting yourself to go really far. The same exact idea of trying to build muscle as fast and humanly possible, but in this case, holding it in one position rather than pressing or pulling. I'm keeping it as simple as possible. I don't want anyone to overcomplicate this. This is very simple. You need to build muscle, you need to move, not hold. Wait till you hear what number 2 is though. For this, I'm going to grab a plate because it is going to be easier for me to just show it to you. But if you're trying to do a bicep curl of any sort, why would you go out of your way to grab some sort of dumbbell, and instead of individual dumbbells where you're able to curl in one range of motion bilaterally or unilaterally, why would you grab one weight and do a waiter curl? Waiter curls are really redundant because you're not going to be able to load the bicep over time adequately. What does this mean? Grabbing one weight where you're only holding 25 pounds in this case, how many plates can you stack up on top of each other in order to build your bicep? How many dumbbells are you going to be able to grab and just do one dumbbell curl? It doesn't make sense at all. If you really want to hold one weight, grab a barbell or an easy bar and curl with heavier load in a proper range of motion. That's the best way to go about doing your bicep curls. Number 3 is going to surprise you though. Number 3 is any sort of pullover in which you are stretching the lats all the way above your head. Whether it's going to be doing this or a dumbbell pullover on a bench where you're going over your head, this would entirely be your triceps and your pecs. This all the way up here is not going to target your lats. When you go over here, this is lat. Up here, all the way, and then coming over this way, I don't care if you're feeling this in your lat. This is strictly chest and triceps. That's the function of what the chest and the triceps are gonna do past 120 degrees. I'm not telling you grab a protractor and measure this out. I don't care what old gym head is telling you information. This all the way up here, I don't care if you feel the stretch, it doesn't matter. If you want to, as a cheat sheet, trying to just cover your lats entirely, consider being able to see your elbows in your peripheral vision. That's the best way I can put it in order to target your lats 100%. But number 4 will completely tear your soul out of your body. I don't even need to go into a different spot for number 4, okay? This is the tricep rope push down. This is perfect. But if you were doing a tricep rope push down, where now you're extending your elbow and then you're doing this does not offer more tricep stretch. I saw Chris Bumstead do it a while back, and when Chris Bumstead did it, people started riding this bandwagon and calling it one of the best tricep workouts in the world. This is not the best tricep workout in the world. This is a tricep rope push down. This is not the tricep rope push down that's gonna bring the best gains. I'm sorry. Number 5 is going to completely scare the holy hell out of you. Ready? Watch this. These are called shoulder rotations. I have this pet peeve in the gym. People are grabbing dumbbells or grabbing plates, and this is what they're doing. This is not gonna work out your shoulders or your rear delts. I want you to understand something. If you pay attention in science class, gravity is this way, so the weight is going this way. If the weight is going this way and you are going this way with no resistance, what makes you think you're gonna be able to get resistance this way when gravity is this way? I don't care if you feel it. That's not how science works. Gravity is this way. The force that you're trying to push is this way. That does not compute. So in this case, you wanna know how you can substitute it? I was just at the cable machine, as you just saw. Put the cable height right over here with your elbows and end up doing it this way. Oh, you wanna see it? Let me show you. Here we have the cable. This is the cable height. This is what's gonna actually help you do the shoulder rotation. Now you understand gravity and the force, all of it's there, but more of it's being pushed that way. I might seem a little aggressive in this approach, throughout everything that I'm explaining, but it really means the most to me when you can actually go to the gym and do things correctly for yourself rather than waste time like I did when I first started training. On to number 6. Now, last but not least, this is the last thing that pisses me off the most that people do in the gym that honestly won't benefit you if the goal is to grow. If you're doing a chest press correctly, this is like a converging chest press. This will build your chest phenomenally. But if you're trying to do a chest press and try to grow the middle line in your chest, and you're doing this short range of motion where you say, I can feel it, it's working, it's right there, it's working the middle line. No, it's not. I really hate to break this to you, but it really isn't. Your chest, give or take, 2 muscles meeting in the middle of the sternum. This middle line is a break between the muscles. It's not a separate muscle in and of itself. Like, no, you got your chest and all the fibers come out and they meet in the middle. This is what your chest is made up of. So if you're trying to get that line to be prominent, doing a proper chest press is gonna bring that line to show. Alongside being in a calorie deficit if you're trying to cut and be striated. But in general, doing this pressing, that's gonna build your chest and over time show that line in the middle. I want you to understand when it comes to chest, pressing this way in a short range of motion isn't gonna do you any good. Pressing is king. That's it. At this point, I hope you learned a lot. I kept it simple, I kept it sweet. Stay tuned for when I show you the top rated workouts of all time, because I feel like no one's talking about it. Stay tuned. Like, subscribe, do what you need to do for YouTube.